What we're going to look at today is a SME Debtors Systems Manual that has been designed to assist the accountancy firm to offer real effective assistance to their small, medium-priced clients. The debtors days outstanding, according to Dun & Bradstreet, is currently 55 days. This is a very long period for debtors to be paying. And this is an average figure. There are some businesses that have been able to collect their debtors around the traditional 30-day period. So it means that there are quite a large number of businesses in Australia that are financing their debtors ledger well beyond the 55 days, some in the vicinity of 70 to 80 days. What can be done by accountants to assist their small, medium enterprise clients to bring their debtors systems back under control? We believe it commences with an effective debtors management system well before the first credit sale is made. In the manual which we have prepared, the accountancy firm will brand it with their name and will also identify it with the client's name. If you wish, you can edit the manual to suit particular requirements of the client. But you'll be able to leave your client with a written system which can be referred to by the various employees within your client's business who are given the responsibility of monitoring the debtors system. Far too many small, medium enterprises do not have an effective written debtors system which incorporates procedures relating to directors' guarantees. It's a great idea to get directors' guarantees from directors of private companies, but it's no good if in some future date, maybe 4, 5, 7 years' time, that you want to access those guarantees if they can't be found. Are all of your customers sending a new customer letter to their new customers? This is an ideal opportunity to confirm the terms of trade, the debt limit, and to confirm any particular requirement that the new customer requires your client to supply to them as part of the billing process. What's your clients doing about the retention of title clauses? A large number of clients are still under the impression that the Ramalpa clauses still work. Well, obviously they don't. But what is their system for the Personal Property Securities Register? How are clients preparing tax invoices? Are they including all of the information that their customer requires? And are they lodging the tax invoices by the due date that their customer has specified if the invoices are going to be processed in the required batch to be paid promptly? And are your clients calculating debtors days outstanding at the end of each week or month, whatever the billing process is? Do they understand how to calculate the debtors days outstanding? The debtors manual includes a procedure for how your client can calculate the debtors days outstanding. Is there a system within the business to list debtors who are outside the normal trading terms, who are going to have special recovery action in the next month, and then to monitor how much of that money has been collected? This is one of the real problems with many small businesses. They do not have an effective system for the recovery of outstanding debts. Cash flow management is of the utmost importance for all businesses, but it's in the small business area that the effect of poor cash flow management is very obvious. Within cash flow management, the biggest single issue for most businesses is debtors. Obviously, if it's a cash business, it won't be debtors and will probably then be stock. But for most businesses who are offering credit, It's the management of debtors which causes the most problems. So the system within the SME Debtors System Manual then goes through a series of checklists. We have the Debtors Management checklist, which is a separate addendum which can be used to monitor the effectiveness of the debtors system being utilised within the business. And this is a self-help manual. This is a manual to be used within the business. So the person who has the responsibility of administering the debtors will be able to utilise the checklist to review how well the system is functioning, and then to report to management if there are problems. The Debtors Management System then has a number of forms which can be used by your client if you desire. Credit application form. Does the system ensure that the application form is completed and that there is follow-up action to check the references from the would-be new customer, and to set the terms of trade and the credit limit? What's happening with directors' guarantees forms? Are they being appropriately filed? Is the welcome to new customer letter being prepared and confirming the various conditions under which your client is going to agree to extend credit to this new customer? In some instances, there will obviously be a requirement to decline a credit application. What does your client do at present? Our recommendation is they should utilise the standard letter which we have included within the manual to decline a credit application. The client needs to remember that these people may also be customers or potential customers. We think it's very important that there's an internal advice prepared on every new customer that's then distributed to the sales department and to any other group within the firm that needs to be notified that the firm has obtained a new customer. What's going on with the Personal Property Securities Register? A procedure should be put in place. Obviously, the quantum of an invoice will have a direct bearing on whether the business will complete the register. But the real question is there a system in place? Has there been due diligence conducted on the new customer to make sure that all of the information received is correct? One of the important things to undertake with a debtors system is to make sure that order taking is being undertaken in a way so as to maximise the protection from debtors. If there's been a decision made that there's to be no further trading with a particular debtor because they're out of line on their balances, you need to make sure that the system is informing sales staff, delivery staff, that this is the case. And then if there are any variations from the decision not to continue to trade with a customer, that these transgressions are brought to the attention of management so that appropriate retraining can be undertaken with the team members who have continued to supply products. We believe that in the customer purchase review, the sales team should be involved. Obviously they're going to make the sale, but they need to be kept informed as to whether a customer is paid. The sale's not concluded until payment's been received. The system should ensure that the tax invoices have been appropriately prepared and are being forwarded to customers by their due date. A check should be made to ensure that the terms of trade are being abided by. Debtor statements. Does your client wish to send them? In this day and age, many businesses are quite happy to pay on invoices, so why go to the trouble of sending statements? And if you're sending statements, are they being mailed promptly? There are a large number of businesses out there, large and small, who, if they're used to receiving statements, won't make a payment until they receive a statement. And also, if you are sending debtor statements, or your client's sending them, are they including an aged analysis on the debtor statement? Why not just say current and outstanding? Because some people will work the aged analysis and say, well, we're only 70 days outstanding, we don't need to pay yet. The Debtors Manual includes systems to ensure prompt payment. We recommend that the due date for payment of each invoice is noted, and then an email is sent to the customer 7 days prior to the due date, informing them that the payment is due. It's important that the manual emphasises that any account queries should be responded to promptly. And for overdue accounts, there should be immediate action taken, whether it's by a phone call, an email or letter, or referral to a debt collection agency. The policy we've recommended is a combination of all three of these to ensure that payments are received as soon as possible. So the key to reducing debtors days outstanding is to try to spot problem debtors early and then implement appropriate debt collection action at the earliest opportunity. Your client should be calculating debtors days outstanding at the beginning of each month. The manual summarises some of the warnings that are appropriate relative to debtors management. Is the customer obviously having problems? Is there rumours in the marketplace? So what you're trying to spot is late payments, having to continually chase a customer for payment, being told the cheque is in the mail. A bit more difficult these days, not many businesses are paying by cheque. Payment around amounts rather than the actual amount owing. All of these can be signs that the debtor is having difficulty. Communication is very important. It's important that your customer understands they need to be able to contact the customer and talk to them about their debt owing. So some of the key issues there for your client to understand is not to be the banker, to prepare the debtor's age analysis at the end of each month or week if that's their reporting period. Debtors management requires proactive action to ensure that debts are collected and outsource the debtors collection if the business is not able to do it effectively themselves. Obviously there needs to be payment arrangements with large customers. Is there a need to offer discounts for early payments? All these matters are discussed in the Debtors Manual. We think it's a good idea for your client to adopt a monthly debtors timetable, and this is summarised within the manual. What you do when a customer first approaches for credit, the forwarding of the new customer letter, tax invoices to be prepared promptly, etc. Make sure the whole system is functioning satisfactorily. The manual also includes a suggested debtors system staff training process for the staff of your client to enable them to effectively monitor the debtors system in operation. So the training system covers all aspects of the items which we've already discussed that are included within the manual. Within the manual we have suggested debtor recovery letters. We have some suggested mailing dates for those letters. Obviously you can vary those to suit your client's own situation. And the manual includes some cash flow management hints for your client's team to be aware of, to assist them to better manage cash flow. It also highlights some of the items to monitor, not only for debtors, but also for cash flow management, so that they have a good control over their debtors, and also that they calculate regularly each month the value of lockup, which is debtors stock work in progress for the business. With businesses that are offering credit to their customers, debtors will probably be the biggest single item. The manual also includes some notes on debtors discounting and factoring, so that your clients can think about whether they should be approaching their bank or one of the specialist discount organisations to get financing on their debtors ledger. And we also have included some material on debtors insurance, so that your client can be aware that the possibility of obtaining debtors insurance is there if they wish to explore that further with their insurance broker. There's also a specialist insurance facility for export transactions. There's a government-owned organisation, Export Financial Insurance Corporation, and there are some private enterprise insurers who will insure export transactions. So in summary, the manual is going to assist your clients to manage debtors in a very effective manner in an attempt to lower the debtors days outstanding to the lowest possible amount. We hope that the SME Debtors Systems Manual will assist you in this very important process with your clients. Thank you.